up, and so the chat is broken and everything, and yeah. I despise streaming software, and also my main computer seems to be really unstable ever since I lost the Rampage, which is funny, because the Rampage was already really, really unstable, but hey, I guess it can always get worse. So, yeah. No stream chat. Sorry. I mean, I'm going to monitor the chat myself and try to reply to it, but unless we want to spend a bunch of time getting the stream chat working, yeah, it's not gonna be a thing. So we're just gonna get on with the overclocking, I think. So first, I need to figure out what scores I need to get, and we'll take it from there. Let me just pull up the. For once in my life, stuff worked. That would be great. Okay. So, come on. So, let's see, where am I? Oh! So, my one Catzilla score is actually still going pretty strong. So that means I just need to deal with GPU Pi today. And we can do Catzilla again, because I think I can do better on Catzilla anyway, but that's not a priority. And we'll need to do 3D Mark 01, which I finally figured out how to do LOD for that, and GPU Pi. So, yeah. I guess let's take a look at the system. What's the... Yep. Okay, so let's just take a look at the system, and also maybe... I don't know, should I actually get the... Shut up, Steam. Oh my god. Need a computer for this, just for streaming so that everything works. Capture card, I've given up on the capture card. I've had enough of it, because last stream, I gave up on it. The stream before that, it was apparently dead for like 20 minutes, because, you know, that's great. And the stream before that, it wasn't really great either. It was still dropping out. It didn't capture 3D Mark 01 at all, so... yeah, I've decided that the capture card can go screw itself, and we're just going to be back on the webcam. So I guess you can call it, we're back to the good old days of where you couldn't see anything, because you couldn't see my monitor, because obviously pointing a webcam at one of those works absolutely freaking great. Speaking of the webcam, I will try to get my configuration. There we go. So at least I have control over zoom and all that. Okay, so that's that. And let's take a look at the system now, and let's see if I can take everything off of my desk with the webcam cable. And yes, I can. Give me a second. You're going for an adventure. Well, not really. Yeah, I'm going to take my laptop with it. Yep. One day, I'm going to break something by pulling on a cable during one of these streams, and that's going to be lovely. So, the system. There's a bit of a problem with it today, because my dry ice supplier didn't get me rice ice. So basically, what I have to deal with is, give me a second, large dry ice pellets. These don't fit into the heatsink fins. The cooling is going to be even more subpar than usual. And yes, we're back on the bottle for the cooling system, and it's not because the Raptor 4 doesn't work with dry ice. It works just fine with everything. It's just Cheapaz Chips is about using cheap cards, so I figured it'd be kind of weird to use a really, really expensive cooling system, and I'm kind of fond of this solution. And the other thing is getting the Raptor to, like, you can't actually mount the Raptor to the GT710's at all. Like, it just doesn't fit. I didn't really want to bother figuring out how to do that when this already kind of works, and it already clocks, you know, 1600 plus megahertz with this ridiculous setup. So, yeah, other than that, we're on the G skills. They're running at 2400, 9, 12, 11. The CPU's at 4.7 gigahertz. There we go. Yeah, so CPU's at 4.7 gigahertz right now, and that's that. Also, I redid the... Right. Yeah, okay, we're gonna have to do something about the camera. And I have too many mice here. There. So, this right here is for volt mods. So right now, voltage-wise, just idling, the card's at 1.24. So it's already modded, because if we run something, and actually no, it's running K-boost in precision. So give me a second while precision opens up. There we go. Yeah, so it's running K-boost, so that basically means it's always running max clock. And we're minus 48 degrees right now, so the dry ice is kind of doing its job. I mean, optimally, dry ice can go down to minus 78 degrees, because that's the temperature of sublimation for it, but minus 48 is cool for something that looks like this and cost absolutely nothing. So let's see if this does anything. I don't think it'll do anything. Okay, so 1.26. So yeah, we're idling at a decent amount of voltage. The card is very, very, very cold. Hopefully this'll work. I'm not really sure where to put the camera right now. I guess since, you know, I don't have to deal with the capture card, we'll try to keep it more dynamic today. So let's get one of the other tripods here, and instead of just pointing it at the system, we'll point it at the whole horrible mess of a desk. Hop. There. And now I'm gonna... So do expect me to crash into the camera a lot, because it's really in the way. So, yeah. This is going to grow great. So I think we'll just start it off with GPU Pi maybe, or I'm not actually sure where we'll start. Let's just go with GPU Pi first, because that one isn't as much work on the software side of things. And I'll just fill this up full, because cooling is even worse than ever. So last time I could actually force the dry ice between the fins of the heatsink, but these 10mm pellets, basically I can just hope that they manage to get themselves in the fins on their own. So yeah, let's hope for the best. So let's get GPU Pi running and see what it does initially. So first of all, GPU Pi for NVIDIA, the new version is a lot faster than the old version. And the thing about the GT710 is you have to run a certain batch size, which I don't think you can see from there. So you need to, and you still can't see. Give me a second. Ugh, I need to become an octopus for this stuff. Yeah, so you need to run a small batch size, otherwise it doesn't work. So yeah, and this obviously as well, you can't just crank it up. So I think you need to run 1 million or 2 million. Above that, it doesn't work. Let's just see what it does as a baseline. This should take about 11 minutes. So relatively speaking, this is a pretty stable overclock if it works. And I just want to see where the temperature goes with the dry ice as it is. So, and back up with the brightness. Okay, so so 30 seconds so far. It really doesn't look like the giant dry ice pellets are going to be a problem for GPU Pi. I mean, we're at low voltage right now, so once I crank up the voltage, it might screw itself. But right now we're at minus 40 degrees, well, minus 44, and we're 30 seconds into the test, so that's good. I'm going to get the stuff for volt modding, and after I get all the scores I want today, the plan is to basically take the GT700 as, like, I don't know, maybe 2 volts, like really, really high voltage, and see if that, well, I can certainly pop it. I am absolutely sure I can get it to break, but I want to see when it breaks, so I'll try that out with it. Alright, so I have 15Ks, I need get a 10K, otherwise I'll probably just go. 5, 6, yep, and that's that. There's my volt mod equipment, just loose resistors. Do those even show up on the desk? No, they don't. So, since I have the little socket thing, I can just, you know, stab resistors into it, which I've done on several other cards already, so I don't think this is really surprising to anybody who watches the YouTube or the live streams. So yeah, we have a 5K here and a 10K, and I can't remember which is which now, so I'll get one of them so that I can... Because I can't actually read the color patterns on these things, which might have been a good idea to learn them. Wait, what the hell? It's a 5K. Oh wait, no, I must have pulled the... A... Uh-oh, where did I put it? There, okay. One of these is a 15, the other's a 10, so that's the 10. There. That way I won't lose track of them. Okay. This is taking forever, so while this is doing itself, let's see the chat. It's really doing okay on the temperature. Wonder if I can do anything to... Oh. I know it'd be nice if I could crush it somehow. Let's see. Yeah, that's not going to work. Oh well, I guess I'll have to deal with the crappy cooling system. So oh, this is taking forever. Okay, I think the cooling is going to be fine. I'm going to stop this prematurely and just crank up the clocks already. Let's see, 14. Yeah. Okay, let's start at 1400, I think, and go from there. Just under 14. There we go, so 1410, still stable. And we'll calculate with that. That should take about 50% less time than at stock clocks, because it's clocked about 50% higher, well, 40%. So it should be about 40% faster to finish. And we won't have to wait for it so long. I don't know. Let's see. What can I do with the camera? Oh, you might want to see that. It's reading. There. And it doesn't show up, of course. Let me try to do something about that. Stay. Yeah, that's kind of legible. Yep, that'll work. It'll definitely work. There. Yeah, this is going a lot faster already. I'll try prepare some crushed dry ice into the bottle, but I don't think I'll be very successful. This stuff is, it's not particularly hard, it's just hard to get it to crack into smaller pieces. Yep, it's not breaking up. And we're going to get to listen to me obnoxiously grinding ice for the rest of the stream. That's going to be... Yeah, okay. Try work some more dry ice into that heatsink, but again, these pellets just don't fit in it, so... And even if you were using a, interface liquid in a proper dry ice pot filled with acetone or isopropanol or something, these pellets have less surface area, so they're still worse than smaller pellets. So it's not like, I mean, sure, using an interface liquid would make this a lot less, well, it would make them work better, but it wouldn't it's still better to just have smaller pellets always, regardless of what kind of cooling system you use. Somebody asked on the chat what we're OCing. Today we're OCing the GT710 for the Cheapaz Chips competition, because I do want to actually put a submission in for every single category. And because if you just submit to every single category with a volt modded GT710, you get into a lucky draw for a GTX 960. So, you know, and I always want more toys to blow up. So I decided I'm going to get all the submissions today, and I decided as well, just, you know, it'd be kind of embarrassing for me to get a low score, so that's why I'm using the dry ice and everything. Not just going to half-ass it. If I'm actually going to submit, it's going to be some pretty decent scores. So, yeah. So it looks like we have... This is going a lot faster than I thought it would be. We're already at loop 9 in 3 minutes 16 seconds, and this has 20 loops. So that's going to be... that's going to be about 7 minutes to finish. What version of the GTX 960 is available? It's some Asus card with a blower fan, if I'm not mistaken. It might be the Turbo. Actually, I'll drop the link to the competition in the chat, and you can all check it out. So, I think that should be the right... Uh-oh. That didn't work. Give me a second. There. That should work. No, it's still not working. That's weird. Oh, Twitch is trying to pick it up as a command. Well, that sucks. Either way, that's the link. You can just copy-paste it into your browser. And that'll have all the details about what card it actually is and all that. Yeah, this is not getting reduced properly. Okay. I'm lucky that GPU Pi is relatively low load by benchmark standards, because it just uses the compute section of the graphics card. It doesn't actually use all of the logic, so it doesn't run as hot as like a proper, like say a video game or something. Like 3D Mark definitely runs a lot hotter than this. So yeah, you can usually clock GPU Pi about 100 megahertz above other benchmarks, though well, a couple percent above other benchmarks, which usually ends up with you going 100 megahertz more, but I guess on some of the Pascal cards with the really high core clocks, that would also translate into like 200 megahertz instead. Oh my god, this benchmark's so slow. I don't have a blender. I would totally throw it in a blender if I had a blender, but I don't have a blender. I mean, I don't cook enough to need a blender. I don't know what I'd do with a blender. Like, yeah. Just don't have a blender because never use it for anything except blending dry ice, and I personally don't like using dry ice because for me, with the option to have LN2 is way cheaper than dry ice as a cooling system, just in terms of consumables. Use the washing machine to blend the dry ice. You know, I kind of think that might break the washing machine, guys. So, yeah, that's not really an option. Anyway, this should be finishing up soon. I do believe like a good score for this is like, I'm not even close for a good score with this. Let's see, GPU Pi. No, that's 3D Mark. So the current record is 5 minutes 48 seconds. And I'm gonna do 7 minutes something. So, And I don't think it'll go higher without more voltage, so I'm gonna... So this must be the 15. This is the 15. Yeah, that's the 15K. So as soon as this finishes, I'll give it more voltage and we'll try to go for 1600 or 1700, thereabout. That dry ice is really failing at cooling that heatsink. Come on. Get into them, thin stack. Okay, let's see. 7 minutes 57, that is ridiculously slow. I'm not submitting that. That's embarrassing. That's a good score. Okay. Needs more voltage, and then we'll go straight for more megahertz. .4 volts E-core, as you can clearly see. I think can see. So yeah. 1.4 volts, minus 46 degrees. Slightly better ground up dry ice. Let me just mix that into it. Try drop the temperature before I do the next run. Oh. That's not going to work at all. Ah, there we go. We're at minus 50 now. It's a nice improvement. And let's go for 1600. $1550, 1600, here we go. And also raise the memory clock a bit, because there's no reason to run it that slow just because now it can go faster. Go get the rest of that. Actually, this is decently powderized. Let's see. Hopefully that'll help with the temperature a bit more. Yeah, it does read below minus 50, so that's good. There we go. That's ready to freeze now. Let's run this. Calculate. Go. Yeah, okay, yeah. It's already swinging the temperature pretty hard. So we're already gone from 50 to 44. It's going a little faster as well. Try and get some of the pellets reduced in size. There we go. Huh. Yeah, okay, this looks like it'll finish just fine. Back to the Twitch chat, because apparently I ignore you guys too much. Oh yeah, somebody asked why not pour some ethanol in this. This doesn't hold. This monstrosity doesn't hold liquids. So that's actually really cool about dry ice. If you don't need a ton of cooling capability, so like RAM or, you know, a GT710, you can run it with really crappy cooling systems because it doesn't leave, like, except for the, you know, condensation that freezes up, it doesn't really leave any liquids. So that's kind of convenient. On the other hand, it also means, like, if you run it like this, then the temperatures are crap compared to dry ice plus various interface fluid mixtures, but like acetone or isopropanol or really anything that has a really low, you know, low melting point will work. But then you actually need a proper container that's both waterproof and reasonably heat conductive, so that's a little bit harder to run. Either way, it looks like this will finish just fine, even if it's not super cold. 1.4 volts. Okay. uh, 2 minutes at loop 9. That's a lot faster than the last run. I mean, I think loop 9 last time was like 3 minutes something. I think 3 minutes 16. So this is going a lot faster already. Now, still need to get. I want to upgrade that cooling. Let's see. I'll go find a kitchen implement. That should deal with the dry ice just fine. Okay, that's not gonna work. I don't know. Yeah, I really don't have anything to shrink the dry ice. That sucks. Oh well. Just have to rely on it to not fail this way. It's minus 30 now, so extra voltage is really giving it the crappy cooler workout. Hopefully I'll still be able to get some decent scores. Oh, that seems to be working pretty well, just stabbing the dry ice. So I guess I'll go with that. Though this is such a terrible idea, I'm surprised it hasn't crashed the system yet. Just because nudging the PCIe pins while they're in that slot is pretty risky in my opinion, so yeah. Oh hey, it's a GT710. If it dies, like, no big deal. 5 more loops, well, 4 more loops to go. It's already... I think I'll aim, I don't know, depending on if this still doesn't get under 6 minutes, that'll be my target to go under 6 minutes, but somehow I think, yeah, okay, this isn't getting under 6. So my soft goal will be get under 6, but I might need a lot more clock and voltage for that than what I have right now. Come on. Just pounding it seems to be working just fine. So this is, you know, yeah. This is such a stupid idea. Still working though, so doing something right. It looks so wrong, but it works so very well. Come on, give me that last batch already. Yeah, so... Right. Okay, so 7 minutes 02. Let's go low, high, faster. Yeah, okay. It looks like I can seriously just pound the dry ice into the heatsink, and it seems to be working great. So that's good news. Time to pound some more. Minus 59. I'll get minus 60. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's see if I can just pound it all the way to minus 70. That'd be cool. Literally cool. Minus 60, come on. Man, this motherboard is going to kill me one day. I think it would probably kill me now if it could. Still minus 64. Come on, I want lower. 65. I should have swapped out the thermal paste, but on the graphics card, because I didn't think it would go that low, and it's on the Arctic MX2, and that stuff's really bad at low temperatures like this. So yeah, I should have swapped it out for Thermal Grizzly Cryonaut, but Cryonaut's expensive, so I tried to use it sparingly. But I think it might have paid off here. Oh well, I guess minus 70 is just not going to happen at this rate. But what is going to happen is more voltage. Where is that other resistor? There's that 10K. Let's see what that gives me. And I'll first pull out the 15, just so that that doesn't screw itself over. And I should have probably dropped the clocks before, because that gives me 1.5 almost. So get that one in. And also add the 15 because I want more. 1.5 volts is not enough. 1.6 volts on the other hand, that's more like it. So there we go. So 1.6 volts. Now it'll kick out a shitload of heat, but it should be able to clock into the 1800s. 1600, yeah, let's try a 1700 megahertz run and see if that works. I'll just need to fill it up with more dry ice so I can pound it some more. Oh. There we go. That's that. That's applied. Let's rock and roll. It's already going up really quick. Did it crash yet? No, it's not crashing yet. Well, I'm going to be standing here pounding it for 7 minutes. Great! This is why you should... Yeah. Oh well. It's holding temperature good, so that's minus 50. As long as I can keep it around minus 50, I'll be happy, so come on. Let it sit for a bit. Deal with the chat. Okay. Come on. Okay, so Yeah, this will go on for ages and ages at this rate. And to be fair, I'd have to do the same thing even if I had crushed dry ice, because it, like, it doesn't, you need to force it back in between the, back into the fins every so often. So, yeah. So even with the rice ice, I was always digging into this pot. Do I watch anime? Nope. Do I watch anime? Neither. Wait, I just assume you actually... no, I don't do either, so... I neither watch it nor watch it, so if you spelled that wrong, that's your answer. It's getting too hot again. That's 49. Come on. There, back to minus 50, and I'll leave it alone. So, 2 minutes at... Nice! 2 minutes 42 at batch 9. So... Huh, I could make it at this point. I could actually get under... So now I should be going well under... Yeah, obviously going well under 7. I want to go under 6, but if I'm not mistaken, the record is like 5 something, so under 6 is actually really, 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 really fast. Oh well. As long as the system doesn't crash on me, I don't really care. And I think I'll save this score if it comes out, because this is getting really tedious. I can't believe what I'll have to do for 3D Mark. 3D Mark's going to run way, 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 way hotter than this. 3 minutes 53 at 13. Okay. Should have gotten like a meat grinder or something for this. Could run the dry ice through that. Could you lower the brightness on the monitor? Sure I could, actually. I forgot that I need to do that. Down. Go. And the brightness doesn't go any lower than that. Sorry, though. So. That's as low as I can go on the brightness on the monitor. So if you still can't see, I'm sorry, it doesn't get better. And I'll just let it get to 45 again, so. I don't seem to have a temperature problem right now, which is fun. Go. Two more batches to go. Well, I'm not really surprised that the VRM hasn't popped. It's actually surprising, but the VRM on this is pretty overkill. Which actually, if you think about it, it's probably because whoever Asus buy the components for this in bulk, and they probably just were like, well, let's just not buy different ones to save money. One more loop to go, and it's, yeah, this is going to be in the 6s. Yep, there's my score. That's 636. That's actually pretty respectable. Can you see it? No, you can't. Give me a second. Where's the camera controls? There's the camera controls. There. 636. Right there. And we're at minus 61 degrees again. So, with 1700 megahertz on the core clock. So that's a pretty good score, so I'll just save that and move on. Well, actually not move on. I'll just save this and have another go after that with even more yeah, even more GPU clock. So go. Now print screen, save that, and save that off to as GT710 GPI for GPU Pi. Save. So that's saved. I think, oh wait, no, GPU Pi is the save result. Yeah, that's man, I hate the freaking, like, on one hand, it's nice that I have the save validation thing and it tells you what, oh, it automatically gives me a score speed. Either way, I'll just save it as GT710. GT710. Yeah, without the .png GPI, so save. And that was successfully saved. Okay, that's a little bit more substantial than saving a screenshot, but still not too bad. Oh, sorry about the camera again. So that's saved. More core clock. It's weird, I still haven't managed to get this thing to crash. So, where's precision? There's precision. So it warmed up quite a bit. I'm gonna go fast. I want to go 1800. Wait, where does precision max out? Oh my, we're almost at the maximum of precision. That slider's not gonna go much higher. Let me just pound some more dry ice into the heat sink. I want to start it at around minus 60 so that it doesn't swing so hard. That it doesn't swing so high into the temperatures, because if I start it at minus 60, it's going to drop to like minus 50 initially. So, go at 61. $62. $63. I think it's going to be a while before it drops a little bit more, so let's start this again. And fire. And already it's swinging upwards, yeah. At least it's stable so far. And this is the first time that runs under 9 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. There we go. Can we get some more hair? I don't know, let's see. Keep an eye on the camera. See if we can do this. Totally can. There we go. What is he tapping on? I am tapping, actually I'll show you what I'm tapping on. So, I have a GT710 and I'm cooling it with dry ice. The most inadequate way you could possibly ever try cool something with dry ice, ever. So here is the dry ice, right? This is dry ice. As you can see, no water, and it's very, very cold. This sublimates at minus 78 degrees. There's a heatsink buried in the dry ice. There's a bottle just to make sure that the dry ice doesn't go everywhere. And the problem I have is the dry ice pellets are pretty big, right? Like some of them are some of the pellets look like this. They're freaking huge, right? And they obviously don't fit inside the fins of the heatsink. So if I want good cooling, I have to force it in between the fins, and I do that with the not pointy end of the screwdriver, with the handle of the screwdriver. Basically by doing that, right, you can see my temperature right now is like 45 degrees. After crushing it a bit, you can see the temperature is dropping as I keep hammering on it, because it's forcing the dry ice into the fin stack, and that means that the temperature drops. There we go. So yeah, that's what I'm tapping on. Yeah. There we go. So far so steady. 2 minutes at 8, so that's nice. I'm surprised I'm actually getting 1800 to run stable with such a dodgy setup as this. Whoop. So yeah. There we go. And it's going up again. It's funny, I thought it'd be more temperature sensitive, but it doesn't really seem to care. As long as it's below 0, it just needs a lot of voltage. 233 on loop 9, so last loop 9 was like 240? Yeah, thereabouts. Should be getting... I wonder if I can actually run this at 1900 megahertz. It'd be really silly if I could run it at 1900 megahertz, because I think I have the most dodgiest cooling setup of anybody in the competition. And if I run 19 megahertz, then I'm up there with the best guys. But that'd be kind of ridiculous. Or maybe I'm just using way more voltage than anybody else. I'm cool with that. I mean, it's a GT710. If it dies, that's like a week worth of pizza. Nah, well, yeah, if I was eating pizza every day for a week, then it's a week worth of pizza. In the form of a dead graphics card. So, more voltage is more better here. More voltage is more better everywhere. Just sometimes more voltage kills your stuff. And sometimes that stuff is not worth a couple pizzas. More like a couple hundred pizzas. Okay, so this is going pretty well. Let's see. Apparently somebody heard thunder outside. You know what? You should harness that and use it to fuel your computer. I bet it'll make you do 10 gigahertz. Okay, so this is still going steady, which is surprising. Okay, what's with the freaking overclocking a girlfriend? Guys, come on. Get over that. Oh, 47. Batch 18, 5 minutes 13, so 2 more to go. Should be finished any moment. Let's see what kind of... At this point, I wonder actually what my current best score is. So, let's see, 32 is 6 minutes 45. Okay, so I should be able to get into the 5 minutes range. Even this with this really questionable cooling system. I'll just actually figure out if there's any better settings to run for this. Oh. Batch size 2, 32 million. Okay, we'll try that next. The next thing I'm going to try is use different batch size and different reduction size. See if that helps. So 6 minutes 13, I'll save this. And actually, I'll keep the Precision X window just to show the temperature that I'm getting with this disaster of a cooling setup. There we go, that's minus 60 again. So that's the pi calculation done there. And let's get GPU-Z open and CPU-Z open. Actually, I should have the new version, which doesn't blow itself up if you open it quickly. And yeah, it doesn't blow itself up. Thank God. The old versions of CPU-Z, if you tried to open two windows of it at the same time, it would break. One of them wouldn't show anything. It seems like they have fixed that, so that's nice. Hardware ball, save file. Okay, just save it over the old one, and actually I'll save it as a new result just to make sure that, there we go. And that's saved. Okay, and let's do different batch size, different reduction size, and I'll crank up the frequency a little bit more. 1855. Oh, this goes up to 2 gigahertz. Does it really not go past? Yeah, it doesn't seem to go past 2 gigahertz. Okay, so that's going to be interesting. I wonder if we can hit 2 gigahertz anyway. It'd be pretty cool if it did. A little bit more dry ice to the disaster of a cooling system. And actually, if the system still runs, actually no, I can't do that because the CPU cooling. Yeah, okay. Either way, I plan to also use whatever dry ice I have left over at the end of this to do a rerun for high memory clock, because my current record for DDR3 is like 3 gigahertz something, and it's kind of pathetic in my opinion. I'd like to see at least 3 gigahertz, 100 megahertz or something for DDR3 clock. So I want to give it more voltage because I don't really want to see it crash. Yeah, we'll just go with another 10K. And this will be fun. Right, wait, give me a second. I need to first drop the core clock so that I can mess around with the resistors, and then I'll pull it back up. Yeah, because while I'm messing around with the voltages, it's not fun. Okay, so that's that one. Hop. That's 1.6. Let's see what this will do. Should be 1.7 if I'm not mistaken. 1.8. No, that's way too much. We're not going to run 1.8 like that. Okay, that's a tad too much. I was not expecting to get 1.8 from this. What's this one? Okay, we'll try a 15 then. That should give me 1.7. Well, that's 1.74. That's still a little high, but not high enough to stop me. There we go. So 1.74, going for 1850 megahertz. 903. Let me just mix the dry ice into it properly so that it drops the temperature again, because with this much voltage it should swing pretty hard once I start the benchmark, and I really don't want to lose stability because the temperature goes up too much. Okay, let's go. 44 already. Still steady though. At least the blinking of the frequency indicator in Precision is actually kind of convenient. Even though it would probably be kind of obnoxious for a daily system. At least it tells me that it hasn't crashed yet. Yeah, minus 42. Come on, dry ice, you can do it. It scales really nicely with voltage. Still somehow have a VRM. Oh well, to be fair, the PCB's probably frozen through. I mean, the slot bracket is already like below ambient temperature, so I'd be surprised if the MOSFETs on the card are actually running very hot at all. There we go. Even if they don't have a heatsink and are covered in Plastidip, so probably frozen through from the dry ice. This is somehow still running, and I'll go back to the Twitch chat now that that's all done messing around. Builds I don't need... People want explosions. You'll get fire, probably get fired later, because we're only at 1.7 volts. I plan to crank it up to 2 if it goes that far. If it scales to 2, if we get 2 gigahertz at 2 volts, I'll be happy. Even if it kills the card, that'll be cool. Because I'll be able to say I managed to max out Precision X on a GT710. Because Precision doesn't go above that. That's 2 gigahertz right there. It doesn't go higher. Though, actually, the slider goes 200 megahertz, 100 megahertz more, so... Actually, that'll be like 2 gigahertz 50. Well, still... Max out Precision X sounds like a pretty cool achievement to me, so I'll save that with just like a GPU-Z picture of the current GPU clock. 9 is at 2 minutes 29. That actually looks like this is going to be a really fast run once this finishes. Come on. Don't crash on me, you pile of garbage. Right now the card is running at 1855 megahertz, as claimed by Precision right there, though actually it's probably running a little bit faster because Precision always shows a little bit less megahertz than what I'm actually at according to GPU-Z. And it's going really warm. I don't want to be seeing that. This thing must be burning almost enough. I wonder if this is out of spec for the PCIe slot yet, because this card doesn't have a PCIe pin, right? It doesn't have 12-volt power anywhere else than from the PCIe slot. It'd be pretty cool to see how much it's pulling through the slot right now. Like, at stock clocks, it does 29 watts TDP, and we're running like twice stock clocks at a lot more voltage, but it's also below, like, a lot cooler than 70 degrees, so... I'd be surprised. This is probably pulling like 80 watts from the PCIe slot. Probably. I don't know. I'd really love to check, but the thing is, I have an equation for calculating power draw, at least getting estimates, and it doesn't go for low temperatures. It doesn't work there because that's like architecture specific. How your power draw scales with temperature, so can't really test that. Come on. Fuck! It's not valid. It's unstable. It's unstable for some reason. I don't know if I should give it more volts or... No, I don't want to back off the clock. I can't really cool it any better though, so... More volts! More volts is in order. No, that'll probably pop the card though. Okay, I'll back off the clock a bit and we'll try again. Because I don't want to pop the card. I still need to get 3D Mark finished. So let's see. No, we already did an 1800 run. So 1880, yeah, 1829. Those settings. Could it be? No, it can't be that because other people use the same settings as what I'm running right now. So Get a little bit more dry ice in there. I'll pre-crush this batch. Try to get better temperatures. Might get it more stable. I can't see shit over all the airborne. Yeah, that looks actually pretty powderized, if you ask me. If I could get snow, would actually work perfect. Dry ice snow. There we go. There. Let's mix that into the heatsink. This should drop temperatures like a rocket. Come on. Get that temperature down. Minus 58, that's nice. See the rest of it in there. Yeah, okay, I think this is about as low as I can probably get it. Yeah, I should have used better thermal paste. That would have probably gotten me 3 or 4 degrees lower temperatures, but oh well, at this point it's too far gone. There we go, 49 already. Damn it. Yeah, this is gonna suck when I try to run 3D Mark. There we go, minus 43. Don't fail me twice, garbage. Come on. Yeah, okay, it's not going to go below 42. Oh well, I guess I'll have to make do with what I got. Which is a bottle and a shitty pot. Acting as a shitty pot. Still running though, still running. Let's see, yeah, okay. So Galaxy just asked if how many votes would it take for me to actually overclock the washing machine. Infinite votes. If I don't get a free washing machine to do it with, you know, it's like I'm not gonna break my own washing machine because of some stupid petition. Now, if I had a free washing machine, sure, I'd try it, because it's not my washing machine getting blown up. Or destroyed. I just let it get too warm. This thing is a stupid pain in the ass to work with. Well, that's what you get when you use a water bottle as a LN2 pot. Well, not LN2 pot, dry ice pot. Come on. Cool, damn it. Minus 39. And we're at loop 10, 3 minutes. It should be like 6 minutes 8 once it finishes. Try to crush some of these by like this. Actually works decently well, it's just freaking too much work to do it for enough pellets to actually feed the GPU with. Come on. 13. 7 more to go. Yeah, okay, I don't think I'll be able to run 3D Mark anywhere near this fast. I really should have went with a thermal grizzly for the thermal paste. That would have been free cooling right there, and I wouldn't have to be stabbing this so much. Is dry ice safer to OC with than liquid nitrogen? If you spill liquid nitrogen on yourself, it's not really going to do anything to you, and dry ice is, you can just pick it up like that. So dry ice also isn't particularly dangerous, but liquid nitrogen generally is more like, it's harder to work with because you have to deal with the cold bugs and everything. But with dry ice, you need an interface liquid if you're not doing something stupid like this. And if you're using an interface liquid, then you basically have the issue of you're going to end up with like a couple 100 milliliters of some form of probably alcohol. So like acetone, isopropyl, or even ethanol, methanol, those all work. So any of these at really, really low temperature. And if you get those on yourself, that really, 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 really sucks. Because it's basically like spilling hot water on yourself, except you're spilling really, really cold acetone or really, really cold isopropanol. So I'd actually argue that dry ice overclocking, when done properly, is slightly more dangerous than liquid nitrogen. But either way, both of them aren't really that dangerous to you. Because you just don't stick your finger in there for, however long, and you'll be fine. And the liquid nitrogen especially, it's just like, don't pour it on yourself in large quantities, because if it gets clogged up in your clothes, then you're screwed. If it's just, it'll roll right off of your skin thanks to the Leidenfrost effect. If you don't spill a huge amount of it, it's basically really safe. Minus 50, that just finished. 6 minutes, 8 seconds. I want more. Damn it. I want to break the 6 minute mark, but I'm afraid that if we try to go faster, I'm going to break the graphics card at this point. So I'm not going to go any faster for now. We'll just save this, and then we'll do the 3D Mark. 3D Mark 01. And after that, I'll do... Yeah, so that's everything. So save result file. Okay. Okay. Save. Okay, so that's saved now. So, yeah. So I'm afraid that the graphics card will actually die if I go any further with this. So right now I'm going to pull it back a little bit. I'm going to pull it down to 1650, and we're going to go for, 1650, and we're going to go for 3D Mark 01, which apparently you're supposed to run it in separate scenes in a specific order. So let me just go get my notes that I got from a guy who's way, way, way more experienced at running old shit like 3D Mark 01. So, and once we're done with 3D Mark 01, I want to do I want to try one more time to do Catzilla a little bit faster. So, yeah, if the system doesn't screw itself between now and then, I'll do another run of Catzilla, and then we'll do more runs of GPU Pi. And once I'm happy with all the scores I have, I'll go and blow up the card proper. with Catzilla. So, yeah, let me just get those notes up. So, where the hell did those go? Okay, there it is. 3D Mark 01. Oh, hot damn. Okay, this is gonna suck. So, I don't have Windows XP. So, you're supposed to run this with Windows XP. I don't have XP, so we're obviously going to be getting worse scores just because of that. But other than that, I'm supposed to run high-quality tests first. Oh, oops. Give me a second, we'll get out of this. Nope, nope. Come on, let me out. There we go. So I don't want to do the feature tests. Those don't do anything. Theoretical. Yeah, I just want... do the high detail ones first. Don't run nature. Okay, so we're going to run these first. Then we're going to run the other batch, apparently. And apparently that raises the score you get, which is just freaking bizarre to me, and I really don't enjoy this kind of stuff, but it's part of overclocking, and some people go absolutely crazy over weird software trickery to get better scores, but for me, it's more voltage and more megahertz. That's my favorite thing to do. That's basically topped up still, so that's great. I'm just gonna rework the ice into it, dry ice into the fin stack, and we can go back to running. And then we'll do a run of 3D Mark. There we go. Work it into that fin stack. Get those temperatures to drop. Minus 53 already. Come on, lower. Minus 54. Okay. And LOD is at what? I think my LOD is as high as it goes right now. So, yeah, I'm at LOD 27. So this is going to be lovely. Benchmark. And so for those of you who don't know what LOD does, this is what LOD does, right? You have basically no textures. I can't tell if you can sort of... But yeah, as you can see, there's no texture work anywhere because level of detail is basically a setting that tells the graphics card how much to scale the textures depending on how far away they are. And if you set a really, really high LOD, it just scales them like really, really badly at already pretty close distances. So you basically get no textures, and that means free FPS. I want to see that voltage, damn it. Huh. Now, apparently, for 3D Mark 01, if you want to do it properly, you're supposed to run different LODs for every test and do a bunch of other stuff, but that just sounds like a waste of freaking time to me. So I'm not going to really bother with that. We're just going to run it like this, and whatever it spews out is whatever I'll go with. So, yeah. What? Oh, that TV4 ELP, that CPU Z screenshot with 4 volts on the 6700K, that's bugged. That's not a real voltage. He wasn't actually running that much. Okay, so... now I'm supposed to run the low quality tests. I don't even know if this will work. This will be interesting. Oh well. You learn something at least. And I get to learn something. So now we'll run the other 3 tests. And for some reason, that seems really low FPS to me, but whatever. Pound the dry ice into that heatsink. There we go. Running the next one. Okay. I think this might have been working better. Okay, so I got 50K. Is that good? I have no idea. What am I supposed to get? Let's see. Stage 2. Current best score, 63,000. Okay, so 50K is really, really low. Apparently... now I do nature, uncheck all the other ones, and just run nature over and over and over and over again. So... and apparently the score goes up afterwards. But again, this is all completely new to me. I've never played with 3D Marco 1. Damn, that looks weird. Those LOD settings. You can barely see it. Well, yeah, you can't really see anything. Okay, so this, if I'm not mistaken, is actually pretty intensive. That's the end of that one. And now I have 56K. That's weird. That is freaking weird, but hey, I'll take it, and we're supposed to run it again, and apparently the score will go up again. But I don't know if that's... it's worth trying. If it goes up, then good. If it doesn't go up, then, well, it doesn't go up. Didn't really lose anything except a few minutes running the test. And I'm forgetting about the Twitch chat. You know what? I wonder if the LOD thing works for Catzilla, because that's gonna be interesting. Because Catzilla is actually pretty graphically intensive, so taking the textures out. But I think it should work. I know for AMD cards, the LOD tweaks don't work for DirectX 11. There's no way to do LOD on DirectX 11. Okay, that score didn't seem to change at all as far as I'm concerned. Is 56k any good? 56k, 320, 300. I mean, I'd want 60k at least, eh? Let's see, what do you need for... Man, my... Oh my. Wait. Is this memory clock bound? Okay, we're gonna try go faster. I do believe I can pull it up to that much. Yeah. On the memory clock, so it's now minus, yeah, plus 247. Let's close that and run nature again. This is actually cool. I can just keep running tests as I feel like it until I get a score I like. Still an obnoxious benchmark in my opinion. Huh, so it looks like the extra memory clock did make a big difference. The last one. And now it's 56,670. Okay, so that's an improvement. Let's see, I'll try car chase high. Okay, benchmark. I'll try running the high detail tests again and then try the low detail ones again and... Okay, now it looks like the FPS is just miserable. I don't think it was ever this low before. Oh well, we'll see after it finishes. Worst case scenario, I can just throw more megahertz at it. Because the card obviously isn't having any stability issues right now, so that's good. No, that's not the cops, that's the ambulance here. So... I don't think the UK has a SWAT team, so... That's probably not gonna happen. Though I don't know what the UK equivalent of SWAT is. So... yeah. Huh, now I'm getting 57k. So the score went up again. Well, that's not surprising considering I raised the memory clock. Okay, so I'll try change the LOD level to something a little lower. See if that does anything. 1.5. Apply changes. Right, so actually speaking of LOD, I'll try show you what you need. So basically, to get LOD tweaks working, what you need is, give me a second while I fix the camera's exposure stuff. It's not really exposure, it's a gain setting, so give me a second. There we go. So you need this. You need AA mode replay SGSSA 2X, which stands for Super Grid super sample or subgrid super sample. It's something grid super sample anti-aliasing 2x. And then down here you just need texture filtering LOD bias, and you just change that, and that gives you the LOD, that blurs the textures all the way to hell and gives you the very artsy looking nature. So let's just apply those changes, and let's try running the tests again and see if anything changes. I have a little bit more texture work, but I don't think I have a little bit more FPS. Now, if I had something that actually fit, if I used a screwdriver that actually fit between the fins of the heatsink, I might be more successful with getting dry ice into it. Let's see. This is a flathead. Hmm. 57,431. That actually looks like it went down. I should have noted down the last score. Oh well. Too late to do that now. Actually, yeah, I should be keeping track of what I'm doing. IQ LOD 15 57.431. So now I'll just crank up the load back up again and see if that raises the score, and if it does, then that's what I'm going to run from now on, 27. Yeah, I think just running 27 LODs seems to be the best way to do things. Which isn't really surprising, because that setting obviously gets you the worst image quality. And yeah, it went up. It went up again. So, LOD 27, 57K, 868. Now I'll try and run the low quality tests and see if that helps with the score. And then I'll run nature some more to see if maybe getting nature to get more FPS at random isn't really a thing. Because apparently you need to get lucky with the nature, which is why you should run it over and over and over again. And the nature part is the one with the trees and butterflies and all that. Oh, the butterflies are blurred to the point where you can't see them, but yeah. Well, that's the one. Yep, I'm munching on these things to keep myself functioning throughout these live streams. That might be a problem. I don't have a fire extinguisher, but still, I have several kilograms of dry ice, so if we get a fire, I'll just dump that on it. 59K, 657. This benchmark is just so random. I mean, I haven't really tweaked anything, and we're now at 59,657 points. I'm pretty happy. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Oh, come on. Okay, wait, I have to rerun those, damn it. Wait, I would donate pizza for a pizza Q&A? What do you mean by a pizza Q&A? Okay. Oh, this is going a lot better than the last time I was trying to benchmark the GT710. That was a disaster. I couldn't get 3D Mark to even finish. There we go. And 59. Oh, so the score went down. Well, damn it. So running the low tests twice over seems to drop the score, but I want to try run nature now, just to see if I can boost the score further. So let's try the nature test and see if the score goes up again. And really, I should be saving every score this puts out, because this is just such a random freaking thing with the scores going all over the freaking place. Like, I might accidentally get a really high score and then not know how to get it again, because this seems to just spew out numbers at random at this point. So, yeah, not really fan of this thing. I mean, I get why some people might enjoy this benchmark, because I haven't touched the frequency on that card and the score's gone up significantly, but not a fan of getting random numbers for no apparent reason. Either way, I'm still probably going to need to throw a lot more megahertz at this, so... Holy crap, actually with 59k, I'm getting a decent ranking. Okay, so nature didn't do anything right now, so actually... 59534. That puts me at 6th on the current rankings. That's really cool. I didn't think this would... Okay. I'm gonna take it. Being 6th is nice. Let's see. Okay. GPU Z, and I'll need one more. Now let me just check how it's validated, because I don't remember how it's supposed to look. Okay, I need to check the rules for this one, because I have no idea what it's supposed to look like when you're submitting it. Just check. Oh my, I'm letting the card get really, really warm. Yeah, minus 20 degrees. I am not happy with that. This is dropping back down quickly. Minus 30. Minus 34. Minus 36. Minus 40. And it looks like the dry ice built up enough condensation to freeze itself into one piece in one side of the questionable pot thing that I'm running. Yeah, okay. That's rock solid right there. Yeah, that's solid. Oh well. There we go. Pound that into the fin stack. Alright, now it's back at minus 50. And we can go back to messing around with software garbage. So, how do I validate this? Video card. Yeah, yeah, if I was running this on XP, this would be a lot better. But I hate Windows XP, so yeah, didn't install it. Damn it, where's freaking 2001? No, I wanted the rules. Stupid freaking website. There we go. Oh my. So apparently you need the details, you need the GPU Z. Why? Well, that is really freaking obnoxious. Okay, so this benchmark is apparently super easy to get fake scores on, because this is ridiculous what you need to do. So you need this here. Right, then you need, what else? Show details. You need to show your details, because apparently, you know, there we go. What do I need? I think that's everything I need there. I need CPU Z memory. Oh my god. Memory tab, so that's normal. The CPU Z CPU tab, that's normal as well. And of course I need GPU Z. So, there. That's an obnoxious validation, isn't it? Okay, let's paste that and save it as 3D Mark 3DM 2001 SE-GT710. Save that. There we go. That's that saved. And now I'll try more GPU clock and see if we can't go faster. So I'll try run it at 1700 megahertz on the core clock. Okay, that's too much. That's not 1700. That's 1750. Damn it. That's 1700. Yeah, and now I'll run it again with first the high tests. So go from nature to high detail, high detail, high detail. Actually, I'll try run it one high detail test at a time and see what changes I get from one test to the other, so that I can tweak the tests individually. Okay, and let's run. And this will actually be shorter times between me doing things. So yeah, so first this one. Can you see over my arm? Yeah, you can sort of see. I really need to get some kind of better camera set up, but the capture card fucking never cooperates, so I've kind of given up on that right now, and we'll just deal with the camera. Actually, I wonder if I could just lift you more. And score went up. A tad. We're still at minus 50. And you... And it's really dark on the camera, isn't it? Pull that back up. I wish I could use automatic lighting, but then it does... Like, if I use automatic lighting and I try to put you near the screen, it's going to just go completely stupid. Watch. Right? Oh, it's actually not doing too bad. Okay, we can run with automatic lighting. Okay, that's cool. I didn't think that would work, but it apparently does. Because I know in past streams I tried to use automatic anything and it would always fuck itself, so... I don't know if I should save this score. I mean, it's higher than my last score, but... Nah, screw it. We're going to run another test. So, next we're going to run this one. Going to run another test, and that'll probably pull the score up again, and... I need to figure some way to get a independent temperature reading for GPUs from... Yeah, so now I'm at 59,700. Ha! Okay, this is going good. So once I run the next one, I bet, yeah, I should pretty soon be breaking the 60,000 barrier, even if my efficiency isn't that great. So we'll run lobby next. So lobby is the matrix scene. For anyone who's wondering what the names line up with. And I keep forgetting about the Twitch chat. Sorry, guys. Not the best multitasker in the world. Stream eating pizza and Q&A. I could do that one day, maybe. I'm not really sure why anybody would want to see me eating pizza. especially since it prevents me from touching the keyboard because I hate, like, I do actually care about, like, the cleanliness of my keyboard, surprisingly enough. Like, the desk is a disaster, but the keyboard's clean. So, well, gets cleaned more often than the rest of the desk anyway. Okay, so 59,899. Let's run all the low quality tests next. I'm kind of tempted to just run try run one of the other tests just because. So the guy who basically was like, oh, you need to do this and this and this to get high 3D Mark 01 scores, he was like, oh, you should play around in which order you run the different tests. So I'm kind of tempted to run test number 2 right now, because I ran 1, 2, 3. So now I'm going to run 2 again, so that would put me at 1, 3, 2 for scores, I think. I don't know. Let's see what it does. This benchmark's kind of weird. I think it takes like the random software variants to like an extreme because it's just so old and you have so much FPS anyway. It's like minor changes in like the system make huge differences in the scores at random. Well, not huge differences, but significant differences in the scores. Yeah, okay, that made it go down. That's interesting. But I'll run it again. I wonder if it, like, might not be something to do with it, like, caching the textures, or the lack of textures for the different subtests or something. Because it's really weird that just the order of running stuff would change the score that much. Then again, the difference is you're a few FPS and we're in the hundreds of frames per second. And that went up a bit, but not significantly so. So that's interesting. That's very, very interesting. So apparently it's just best to run lobby and then, yeah. Okay, so I'll rerun lobby, try to get the score back up, and then we'll run all the low detail tests. Because they'll go up because they're still from the 1600 megahertz. 1600 megahertz runs. So even if this screws my score low, like if this screws up my score and the score actually somehow goes lower, then I can just run the low test and it should pull my score back up. And it looks like it will, because I don't think 300. I don't know if I don't remember seeing 300 before. Yeah, okay, that sent it to hell. The score just went down again. And I'm going to need a new recharge of dry ice for the pot, so let me just quickly deal with what's already in there. Try to get that in position somewhat. I want to see if I can dig to the thin stack. Oh, well. There we go. Cram that into there. It's in the minus 40s now, and I'll need to do the extra fill up, so I'll grind up some extra dry ice and then we'll go back to messing around with 3D Mark 01's weird settings and stuff. There we go, that's too much. Yeah, that's kind of powderized, but I want more. There, and we have now the equivalent of snow form dry ice. Well, kinda. There's still pellets in there, but it's better than what I've been running so far. So let's get that unloaded into that pot and mix it in. So hopefully the temperature will drop a ton again and get some, well, I mean, it doesn't seem to be really necessary because I'm not having stability issues at all, but I just want to keep the temperatures nice and low since I am running a truckload of voltage on this card. And this will just prevent it from dying prematurely or degrading, even if it's not really doing anything for stability. So now I'm going to run the low tests, so low car chase, low direct gothic, and low lobby. And hopefully we'll get some nicer scores. And this time I need to baby the frickin' thing because I'm not going to be able to check the temperature in between the different tests. There we go. You know what? I think I'll add a few to dice. It's not smoking as much as I was hoping to get. Either way, it should pull down the temperature of my energy drink enough. Oh, there we go. Now we get smoke. I'm sending dry ice freaking everywhere. Oh, well, the motherboard heatsink is hot anyway. Let's just leave that there. Oh, there we go. Now it's smoking proper. Kinda. I don't know if it shows up well on camera. It's not nearly as impressive as when I have a full can and dab a little liquid nitrogen in it. Since this can is like this full right now. And results. Damn it, I'm so close to breaking 60K. I mean, come on, 3D Mark. I want my 60,000. Oh, well. I'll rerun nature and hopefully that'll get me over 60,000 finally. You know what's funny? This cooling system is so incredibly crap that you could actually replace it with like Peltiers and maintain these kinds of temperatures. Well, you couldn't get -50, but this doesn't run at -50 as far as I can tell. So, like, it idles -50. It doesn't stay -50 in benchmarks. So you could totally do like -20 with Peltiers on this kind of card. And actually, that's why I want to do a... Yes! We got over 60K. Yay, I'm over 60K. That's 60,000. So that's a minor achievement for the day. Finally got over 60,000 in this. Though it actually didn't move me up a ranking, it's just like I wanted to break 60,000. Because if I'm not mistaken, the next score above me is 61,000 and the score below me is 68,000, and I already... I mean, no, yeah, 61,000 above me and the score below me is 58,000. So I already beat the 58,000 score and I still need to catch up to the 61,000. So yeah, let's let's validate this. So we need that. We need the details. This is very, very obnoxious. And we need the CPU-Z windows. We need all of the things. This is... I'm going to close that for now. Move this over here. Move that there. Move this here. Get the details. Oh man, this thing has so much garbage in it. Is there like any way I can organize this so... Ugh. I managed to actually screw up the... Oh, there we go. There we go. Somehow you can sort of see all of the crap. There we go. So, save that. Wait, no. It's blank. Paste. Save. 3D. Yeah. Save right over the old one. Yes, I would like to replace it. And that's 60,000. Yeah, okay, that's good. And I'll just check that it's actually on the flash stick, because I really don't want to screw up on this. So, yeah, that's the 60,000 score. Good. Good, good, good. So close that, close this, close that. And I think I'll try running nature until it randomly goes up, I guess. But I really don't like waiting for random things. My luck is usually pretty crap for this thing. Well, my luck is just generally pretty crap, so it's probably never ever going to give me that lucky run. Even if I ran it 1,000 times. It's just going to keep spitting out the same score as always. And back to the Twitch chat. Buildzoid, can you post the target and current scores? So, sure. Let me quickly get that organized. And new text. Target scores. That looks like it went up. Yeah, that actually went up. Target scores. So my score targets are 3D Mark, 2001 SE, 60. Well, I don't know. For 3D Mark, I'm happy with just breaking 60,000, really. Which sounds kind of low, but I'm again, it's like I'm not super competitive. So I'm actually kinda okay with not having a super high score. I really want to do GPU Pi some more. I don't like 3D Mark. So I guess we'll just call it a day with the 60K and go from there. Yeah, so... Well, the current record would be like 63,000, and I'm at 60,000, and... I don't know. Okay, you know what? We'll do it like this. Current... Wait. Benchmarks. GPU Pi. Catzilla. And for Catzilla, okay, so 4,000 is doable, and I'm at 3,800. So, I don't know, I want to break. Oh man, that sucks. That really sucks. So if I actually want to beat the guy above me, I need to score a lot in Catzilla. Okay. Benchmarks, targets, current. There, so my current one is 6017, I think. Give me a second. I need to check the scores. So for GPU Pi of 6, yeah. Okay, 60,017. 608 222. And then for Catzilla, it's 3,801. And my targets would be 60K, less than 6 min, and 3,900. I don't know. 4,000 Catzilla is going to be hard because Catzilla is heavy on the GPU. I don't know. Let's say 3,900 for Catzilla. It's not really going to get me a higher ranking, but it's still a better score, so might as well try for it. There, so those are the score targets. They are now up. Yeah, so those are the score targets if I was like, yeah. So basically, you know what? Let's hit that GPU Pi again, because I want more Pi. And I was at 1850 almost last time, right? And actually, no, let's do one run of Catzilla, because I think if I'm going to start trying to do higher GPU Pi right now, I'm going to blow up the graphics card in the process. Actually, before we do that, let's do 1750 3D Mark, and then do Catzilla, and then go back to GPU Pi, and blow up the graphics card proper, because I want 2 gigahertz. And if that means I need 2 volts, it's going to get 2 volts. So let's go to 800. That's a little too much. That's right, 1750 is what I'm aiming for. Well, let me just get the dry ice, you know, ground into the thing. And man, this motherboard must really hate me now. Oh well. One day it'll probably get retired into like a daily system, which would have been pretty soon. Like, I want to actually replace it with a better motherboard, because this motherboard isn't great for RAM overclocking on Devil's Canyon or really anything. So I'd love to replace it, but obviously it's just like, it makes more sense for me for making actually hardcore overclocking content. It just makes more sense for me to buy graphics cards and stuff instead of motherboards. Because nobody cares about a Z97 motherboard anyway. It's like, why would I review one? It's really not necessary, because everybody knows which motherboards are already good for Z97 and Z87 anyway, and this is not one of them. There we go. So minus 44 degrees. Come on. Lower. I want lower. I really hope there isn't like water ice building up in the heatsink fins, but that's probably exactly what's happening, because that's making, like, the heatsink fins are kind of sticky. So I suspect there's water ice in there, and water ice means I can't get dry ice in there. Either way, let's run 1750 at minus 54 degrees, and I'll just get the high detail tests to run first, one at a time. So run the car one, because I want to make sure the temperatures are steady for this. And it crashed. It crashed very, very quick. Yep, okay, it didn't like that. It really didn't like that. So 1750 seems to be way too high with the current state of the GPU, which is interesting. Okay, so that's no. Let's try that. So what about 1737? Maybe that'll work. I mean, we have a crap load of voltage. There's extra capacitors on it. Get more dry ice into that heatsink. I think it must go colder if I want to go any higher, I think. Or at least a lot more voltage, and we're not doing that until I run GPU, until I start going for GPU Pi again, so please don't crash. Okay, yeah, okay, now it's stable. It looks like I was 20 or 10 megahertz too high. And the FPS looks like it's completely shit. Yep, it's getting really low FPS. Okay, there is something very wrong now. Yeah, this score is going to suck once this finishes. I'm going to have to run this like several times until it gets a good, decent amount of frames per second, because it doesn't look very happy. Yeah, my score just went down. Close that. Minimize that. Run it again. Give me more points. There we go. Now the FPS looks kind of acceptable. Nope, it's falling off a cliff again. Why the hell does it keep doing that? I mean, I'm still running the same 27 LOD setting. I'm still running the... I mean, the only thing that's changed is the GPU clock. Why is it running so slow? Yeah, okay, this is fucked. Screw it. Let's go for Catzilla. I don't have the patience to deal with 3D Mark's shenanigans. And since Catzilla is a fat benchmark, I'm gonna need to probably clock this down a bit, because Catzilla's probably gonna insta crash at over 1700, so I'll just put it a bit below 1700 and we'll run it. Let's hope for the best. If by some miracle the card doesn't instantly die when I put it at 2 volts, I'm gonna run Catzilla with it. Oh yay, Catzilla with LOD. Alright, I forgot. I didn't try Catzilla with LOD, so now my FPS might be a lot higher than it used to be. Well, maybe I might break 4K. Stability seems good so far. I'm not seeing any artifacting, and it still hasn't crashed, though I bet the temperatures are going absolutely stupid. It's actually really interesting. You can sort of tell how much heat the GT710 is dumping by the turbulence in the water fog coming off of the dry ice. Because that basically tells you how much dry ice is being converted into gas, and that, you know, shows you the... So basically the more gas you get, obviously the more turbulence you get as it expands and moves out. Also, I'm running higher CPU clocks for Catzilla, so maybe it'll do better just because, you know, it does have... It's sort of like 3D Mark in that it has a CPU benchmark component, so that might help the score a bit as well. So, can't see the screen. Well, there's Catzilla. It just finished. Sorry about leaving the camera. Oh, right. I just remembered there's this really weird tweak for Catzilla where you need to open up a certain 3D mark. Catzilla 3D mark launcher tweak. So this is really funny. Apparently, if you open up the 3D mark launcher, it causes Catzilla to load faster. Yeah, so I just found it. Yeah, so apparently it boosts the loading time. Oh, we're getting artifacts. This looks like the GPU's getting unstable. Why are you so unstable? Don't die on me. Not yet, anyway. 3,674. I wonder if restarting the system might not just, you know, help everything. Because, you know, I bet... What's the situation like in memory? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm going to try restart it. Because apparently the tweak requires you to start the computer up anyway, so... Might be a good idea to try rerunning 3D Mark with the system restarted, but I don't really feel like doing that. Close that, ignore. So first you open Catzilla, which is here. So open Catzilla first. Wait for this to do its thing. Then you open 3D Mark 11. You minimize 3D Mark 11 and you run Catzilla. And apparently that gets you a higher score. And I just forgot that I need to overclock the graphics card. Give me a second. Hopefully I haven't broken it by forgetting to... okay, we're at minus 30. That's not going to do. I'm going to try... Let's see. Force dry ice into the freaking heatsink again. There we go, minus 40. That's more like it. Minus 50. Minus 53. 54, 55, that's good. Let's crank up those clocks. 247, I think, and 6. Yeah, okay, let's try. That's just under 1700. There we go, so that's just under 1700 now, and hopefully this will score well. Please score well. Everybody pray to Gaben to get me a good score. Oh, look, my main computer seems to have unscrewed itself, but it's too late. I don't care at this point. Why is there cables everywhere? Should stay stable, I think. I mean, last time I didn't really pay that much attention to it, and it only... Well, that was after the restart, though, so... Oh, well. Looks to be working good. Go. Come on. That's the CPU test, if I'm not mistaken. That's actually a really pretty test, in my opinion. Like, these physics tests. Much nicer than 3D Mark Firestrike with a weird tentacle crap. It's like... Interestingly enough, I think Catzilla's fur thing, which you can't see because the LOD is 27, so everything's blurred to hell. But apparently it uses the same algorithm for doing the fur as Furmark does. But I don't know how anybody would check that, and that's just what I read. Okay, so apparently I am doing a better job of keeping it cooler, because this was artifacting like hell last time. And we're still scoring like crap. Physics test 400, fur test 275, fluid test 146, ray march test. Well, the loading time seems fine. Let's see. Let's see. What could I do? I'm going to try play with the LOD again. Maybe the 27 isn't agreeing with it, because the GPU test, like the GPU subtests seem really low to me, so I'll try lower the LOD a little from 27 to 15 and see if that helps. Run it again. Oh, right, I forgot to cool it down. Damn it. Also, that multimeter has been steadily reading lower and lower 3D load voltage as things have been going on. I think the VRM is starting to slowly die off or something, because it should be reading much more. Or maybe the volt mods are coming apart or something. That could also be it, for me pounding the graphics card all the time. How far can you push the LOD? I don't know. I think the limit is 27. But I never tried more. Either way, I'm pretty happy with my old Catzilla score because there's not many people that beat it anyway. So I'm not really in the mood to fight with the graphics card right now, just for a few extra points. What I really want to do is get up under 6 minutes GPU Pi. Why is that voltage is just falling off a freaking cliff? Okay, yep, it's just, okay, screw it. We're going for GPU Pi, guys. This graphics card is going to hell. Probably. No, okay, no. Okay, so that's funny. Let me just check this. Yeah, okay, so that's really interesting, right? So when we first started, those of you who were here at the start of the stream, right? You remember this was reading like 1.74 with this configuration. It's reading 1.708. Starting to think the VRM is starting to disintegrate, but we'll know once I give it way more volts and we try another pass at GPU Pi. So I believe right now this is configured 15, 15, yeah, it has a 10, it has a 15, and it has another 15. So I'm going to go from this 15, so we're going to pull this 15 kilo ohm resistor. I'm going to swap that one with a 10, so it just fell off a cliff. It just dropped the voltage because the voltage sense divider went down, and we're going to crank the voltage up to 1.8, and I think the graphics card might actually pop now. So, let's go. Nope. Yeah, that's 1.77. .177. GPU Pi, here we come. With a lot more voltage. And a lot less care, because I have my scores now. So this card is either getting under 6 minutes or going up in flames. So, where's precision? There's precision. Okay, precision, we need 1855. Yeah, 1855. So last time 1855 was not doable. I can actually keep this running because I can see the temperatures on that. And I'll grind down some more dry ice to shove into the heatsink. And hopefully pull the temperature down into the -60s. Then start the test, and it should finish in hopefully less than 6 minutes. If it does, I'm going to be super pleased with today's session. And if it doesn't, well, whatever. Or you can just give it more voltage. And try again. There we go, that's grinded up nicely. More like pounded into submission, but same thing. Now I just need to put that into the heatsink somehow. -41, 42, 43, 44, 46. Lower, damn it. 48, 49. -50. Man, this is such... Don't ever do this to a motherboard that you actually want to not break. I guess if I had a proper, like, if it wasn't sitting on a cardboard box, you know, and a bunch of foam, and it actually had proper standoffs and was, like, on a proper test bench, then I wouldn't be so worried about doing this because the whole motherboard wouldn't be flexing every time I hit it with a screwdriver, but test benches are expensive, and I'm too cheap to get one. And I don't really want to get a case because it would take up too much space. So, yeah. Come on, minus 60 almost here. There we go, minus 58. I'll start it now. Let's rock and roll. We're getting some voltage drop, not a huge amount, and we're getting a huge increase in temperature. It's going up down to minus 40 already. It's 18 degrees difference. Come on, cooler. $58 seconds for loop 4, so 58 times 5, that's like 300. Yeah, this might be just under 6. This might just make it under 6. Just barely. Actually, I don't know. Yeah, actually, I will do that. I'll get you nice and close to the action on the screen so you can stop watching me pound a graphics card like a caveman. So let's see. Oh no, it's at minus 37 already. This rate is gonna crash, yeah. It got too warm. While I was adjusting the camera, damn it. Go, can you sort of see what's going on there? Let's see, can I zoom you in? Because this camera does have a zoom function. Ah, okay. Now you can sort of see what's going on. There we go. So we're at minus 60 on the dry ice. I want lower. I want to lower. Max this out. Apply. For some reason, the GPU clock is stuck. Oh my god, don't tell me it has a cold bug. No, no, it doesn't. This never did happen before. Okay, wait. Let me see. Tech power up. Sensors. Okay, wait. Let me just restart the damn thing. I think that last crash must have done something to the card. Must have decided to low clock itself for some reason. I'm not going to let you run low clocks. I need high clocks. I need more gigahertz. Get me into Windows, damn it. Abort. Don't open that. Where's GPU Pi? Get that. Where's precision? Go. Why? Oh, I see why it wasn't giving us so much voltage. I forgot to max that voltage slider out. Oh well. run the memory a little bit slower than before just to get extra stability, hopefully, from doing that. And calculate. Okay. Why is it getting so freaking warm? No, colder. Colder, damn it. Go colder. Yes. Come on. Come on. You can do it, you pile of garbage. It pretty much literally is a pile of garbage. I mean, the heatsink is a water bottle cut in half and attached by basically itself. Yeah, okay, this looks like it'll be the same speed run as the last one that failed, assuming it doesn't fail. Okay, it really doesn't want to go past. Keep going. Huh. So that crashed. Let's see, if I pull down the voltage a tad, will you stop crashing then? Because maybe, you know, lower the heat load on it, but... Let's go again. More! Yeah, okay, now it's staying colder, but... And it's 43, goody. Okay, 5844, 432, okay, that'll be fine. Come on. Looks like this time it'll pass. Maybe. It's 5, so 1 minute 30. Okay, so that's 1 minute 39, so... Where's my phone when I need it? Oh, that's... Yeah, okay, it's not here. Great. Come on. Stay cool, damn it. Gonna let you fail me. Loop 8. 12 more to go. If by loop 10, if it hits loop 10 in under 3 minutes, I'll be super happy, because that'll basically tell me I will get 6, assuming I can finish the frickin' run. Okay, we're at minus 44, so stability should be good. 229. Come on. Give me 10 already. I won't budge. Yeah, okay, 10, 3 minutes. Damn! Okay, so I guess I'm looking at like a 6 minutes, couple seconds. It needs more clock. And I can't really give it more voltage because the voltage is starting to actually eat into the temperatures too much, so. Damn. Yeah, a better cooling system for this would be, yeah. Oh, well. Come on. 334 at 14. It's almost certainly not going to manage under 6. So. Loop 14, 6 more to go. 15, 5 more minutes, 5 loops, come on. I can make it, I believe in it. I believe in you, GT710. Two more, come on, don't fail me now. We got only 2 more loops to go, come on. One more. Yeah, this is going to be just over 6, damn it. Oh, well. Can't say I didn't try. 5:30, come on. No! Why is it invalid? Why would you do that? Come on! Oh my god. 6290. Oh. Oh, yeah. It's not going to make it. There is no way. Without a better cooling system, there is no way I can do this. And at this point, you know, it's just a GT710. It's just for fun. I really don't feel like trying to figure out how to mount the Raptor to this thing. I might one day do like a nostalgia overclocking thing with the GT710 where I finally get it under 6 minutes, but right now it's time to see if I can manage to max out precision. Actually, you don't need to see anything for that. You don't need to see the graphics card. What's going to happen now, I'm going to throw a truckload of voltage at this. And all I want to do here is see if I can get that right there, right? Give me a second while I tweak the camera. All I want to do right now is get this right here to show 2 gigahertz and get a screenshot of that and save it. And just, that's it. That's the final goal for this stream. Get that to show 2 gigahertz and do it with a lot of voltage. So, and you'll also want to see the multimeter, so I'll try get that into the frame somehow. Oh, Yeah, that kind of works. Right. Yeah, there's the multimeter right above. So you can tell we're 1855, yeah. Let me try to get some light on that multimeter. I'm saying try because I'm not sure if I'll actually manage it, but we'll see. Up. There we go. Can you read it? Yeah, that's barely legible, right? That's barely legible. I call that legible enough. 17, yeah, okay, I got the lighting just right now. Okay, so you can see the voltage. As you can see, we're very close to 2 volts. Which basically tells me we need 2 volts. Now, first we're going to try just raise it a tad more. Tad more, 1920. Holy crap. If this validates, I'm going to be real, well, validates. If I just get a screenshot of this, I'll be super, super, super pleased with myself. And we're not even really that cold. Oh my, this is going to go so, so very badly for one GT710. No, I don't want to go that fast. Slower, damn it. No. 1933. I'm not even going to have to give it a truckload of voltage, will I? There, I just maxed out precision. The slider doesn't go any higher. That's it. That's the end. Precision doesn't go higher. Let's see if Afterburner goes higher. No, Afterburner also doesn't go higher. Well, damn, I was hoping for 2 gigahertz. Now I kind of feel like not blowing up the graphics card, because there's not really a good reason to. It really doesn't go any higher. Well, that sucks. Oh well, I'll still save it. It still looks cool. 1946 megahertz on something that isn't Pascal. Even if it can't actually run anything, because this is just idling. This is just trying to run the desktop and doing it. So let's save that. You know what? Yeah, I can't really throw more voltage at it because, as you saw, freaking GPU Pi was getting less stable as I gave it more voltage. So, stupid. I'm just gonna call this stupid clock and save that. Clock 710. So that's saved. And yeah. So do people still want to see me blow up the GT710 with 2 volts? Because, I don't know. I was hoping to need it, like, actually have a practical use for 2 volts, but I evidently don't have one. Because it doesn't go that high. The sliders don't go high enough. Oh wait, I never ran it at full memory speed. Now that I look at that, because I know my card could do like 1250 memory clock. That explains the low Catzilla score. Give me a second, we're not blowing you up yet. We're not blowing this card up quite yet. I'm going to do one last pass of Catzilla. So that means I need to restart the system. One last pass of Catzilla, because I just remember, like, yeah, my memory clock wasn't on point. It wasn't high enough. That explains why it wasn't clocking properly. I mean, scoring properly. That's why I should have frickin' checked everything with GPU-Z before I tried to run anything each time, but, you know. I always forget to do stuff on these live streams. Okay. So, we're gonna do Catzilla with the weird 3D Mark tweak thing. I really hope that actually is a thing, but, you know, don't really have the time to test that. Ignore. Screw you. So let's get precision open. Let's get Catzilla. Damn it. Okay, so we're at minus 48 degrees, so it's obviously gone up again. And I don't need GPU-Z so I can actually figure out what memory clock I'm doing. I really need to move this yeah. Can't see behind it. So that's 1120. 1200. 1244. This should run Catzilla. I should run it fast. $16.85. Because I think my last run on Catzilla, if I'm not mistaken, was at... Oh no, that one was at 1733. We're running too much voltage. I'll just pull one of these off. Up. So we'll run at 1.6 volts instead of stupid voltage. Yeah, almost 1.6 volts. Instead of 1.7 something, because it's uncoolable with that much voltage. And between voltage and cooling, cooling is generally more important at some point than the actual voltage. And this is that point. So, my best run so far on Catzilla was 1733. Actually, that might mean it might clock better with this everywhere. Okay, wait, I want to try something. We're not done with this. We're really, really, really not done with this. I think I might have been running too much voltage, just overall. Let's try GPU Pi with 1800. Apply. And I mean 1850. Oh, that's almost 1900. That's too much. That's 1850. 1855. So less voltage. It should basically run cooler, and it might actually run more stable. And I'm really hoping it does, and then I might be able to get better scores with this. And how's the dry ice situation in the water bottle? It's doing okay, kinda. I'm gonna give it one more. Yeah, I'm gonna give it one more tip of ground up dice, and hopefully that'll push me over under that. Well, get me stable at 1855 for GPU Pi. I really screwed up. I ran so much voltage and it wasn't really doing anything. Let's see. I've been forgetting about the chat people. Sorry, guys. There we go. Nicely powderized dry ice. It's what GPUs crave. Okay, let's get this mixed in. Drop those temperatures. I want to see them fall off a goddamn cliff like they're semi-suicidal. Well, not semi-suicidal, fully suicidal if they're jumping off cliffs. Come on. Minus 60, here we come. I want 6 minutes. And I'm gonna get 6 minutes. I'm gonna do that by running even higher core clock. We're gonna actually try 1868 because I think just that couple more megahertz, that's what's gonna push it over that little edge. Please work. Okay. If this is really unstable, it'll just crash instantly, but I don't think it'll do that. Because it's running a lot less voltage, so if there's any chance, yeah, okay, it looks like I do have a chance to do it with less volts. I really should have used the freaking Cryonaut. I'm just like want to punch myself for not using Cryonaut. Seriously, if you have a tube of Cryonaut, right? You have a Cryonaut. Always use Cryonaut when going below 0, because it's just the best below 0. It's completely the best, and it'll get you a few extra degrees everywhere below 0. Even on air cooling, it'll get you a few extra degrees, but you know, on air cooling, you don't really care about 3 or 4 degrees. On LN2 or dry ice, 3 or 4 degrees is a pretty big difference. 3 or 4 degrees is, you know, the difference between, like, that's literally what you need between cold bug and running stable. So, and it crashed. Okay. So where's the, is this the, that's the 15 again. So I'm gonna try, so we're at, right, so it just shot itself completely. Dropped the core clock, so now I have to restart it before it reinitializes it, before it starts working again. I don't really feel like doing that. You know what? Let's call it a day. And let's say that the GT710 got lucky, because I don't feel like killing it quite yet. You know, I don't. Oh my! It's really dark in here. Sorry, give me a second. We'll just pack up the stream the way I pack all of them up. So let's get you on the screen and get you some lighting. Where the hell did my camera controls go? I have a nice halo, don't I? Blow up the card. Should I really? Should I really blow up the poor, unfortunate GT700? You all a bunch of mean, cruel, cruel people, you know? You gotta understand how the card feels. You know? It's like... It's a... You're all very, very cruel if you want to kill the poor GT700. I think we need a poll here. I think we need a poll. Is that the straw poll for kill the card, don't kill the card? Jesus Christ with the washing machine! Hey, Galaxy. Do you remember what we said about the whole washing machine thing, right? You remember that? No more freaking washing machines. I've had enough of it. So, okay, we will, NVIDIA will not give me free Titans, because I would destroy those things on purpose. Well, oh, we can stream all kinds of things. I have a GTX 570. I still have the Fury X's, 2 of them. One of them's kind of dodgy right now. Well, one of them's still dodgy. What else do we have? We have an RX 480 that kind of doesn't work. We might have another RX 480 that will work, maybe. I don't know. It really depends on how things go with that. There's the GTX 570, which I still want to play with. I have a 5850 I want to play with. I have a 4870 that I still need to throw on LN2. I have a shitload of AMD CPUs that I need to throw on LN2. Okay, do we have... Is that the straw poll for killing the card? Blow up GT700. Come on, guys. There's a straw poll. So we have 4 votes for blow it up. Okay, I'm officializing that straw poll. That straw poll is the one to do. Somebody else made it. But we're going to use it up. Use it. This is going to be the official one for this. And depending on how the votes go, I will satisfy you bloodthirsty savages by the looks of things. It's even right now. Half of you all are a bunch of bloodthirsty savages, and the other half of you all is just, you know, I guess normal people, we could say. Though I'm probably a terrible judge, because I was kind of prepared to blow up the GT710, and the only real reason why I don't want to blow it up right now is not because I feel compassionate about the GT710, it's just, it can do more, okay? It's like, it can obviously do more. I haven't maxed out the card, and I feel bad blowing up something before I know its upper limits. So, yeah. How's that poll doing? 8-8. Oh man, this is tight. This is close. This is really close. There's 9 to kill and 8 to save. You know what? You know what? I can kill the card any day. I can kill the card any time, right? There is literally nothing stopping me from killing the card in a month, or killing it tomorrow on a different stream. And so I think what we're all going to do is we're going to let the GT710 go for today, and we're going to take care of it some other time. Maybe with LN2 on it, and actually max it out. Like, you know, max out the freaking sliders in precision, and actually get it to finish a benchmark with those sliders maxed out, and then blow up the card. Because I still want to see where it can go, you know? I still want to see that limit. It's like, it's too... Yeah, okay. We're going to save the GT710. We're going to save it all. We're going to do it on LN2. And... gonna... I don't know when we're going to do it. You know what? Oh, I just had a really dumb idea for a shirt, like, save the GT710. You know, like, some of those campaign shirts, like, you see for, like, save some random animal, so save the graphics cards. Zip tie the Raptor to it. The thing is, the Raptor doesn't align even, like, the thing with the, like, when I was trying to fit the Raptor, just, you know, eyeball it, would I ever be able to get the Raptor on it? The big problem I noticed wasn't so much I can't zip tie it on. It just, like, the Raptor literally doesn't align with the card at all. It looks like if I try to attach it, the core won't even be touching the base of the Raptor properly. It just doesn't seem to fit, if you get the idea. And yeah, so it's 10:10. It's 10:10. We've almost got everybody viewing the stream to vote at this point. So, to all of you bloodthirsty savages, I'm very sorry. No GPU death. For all of y'all who decided to spare the poor, unfortunate GT710, who really never did anything wrong in life, it just ended up in my hands. Well, I guess you can feel good about yourselves because you just saved an innocent graphics card's life. Yeah. So, that's that. So we're gonna save the GT710. I'm very sorry to those of you who wanted to see it up in flames, but I don't think it's fair to blow up a poor, unfortunate, innocent graphics card. There we go. So that's that for the GT710. Do people care about me answering any questions or anything? Cause I'm kind of tired and I kind of want to upload scores and I need to take pictures. That's another thing I have to do. Overclock the energy drink. There's still energy drink in this. I'm surprised I haven't managed to finish that yet. Okay. I haven't cracked the target values. I got 60k 3D mark. I didn't do the 39,000 and I didn't do sub 6 minutes, but it's not going to go that low. Do a pizza stream. What? Pizza thing. Worrying about cooling on RX 480. Not really. The memory doesn't seem to, like, the thing about the memory on the RX 480, if you're having a problem going, hitting 9 gigahertz, then I guess maybe better cooling might help it, but the cards don't go over 9 gigahertz on memory. It's a driver limit. You can't go up above 9 gigahertz memory, so I'm really annoyed with that. The RX 480 did not get damaged by too high voltage. The RX 480 just seems to have cracked the FC BGA or the BGA. So basically, you know how you see people throw graphics cards into ovens? That seems to be what happened to the not the GT710, the RX 480, yeah. So the RX 480, it seems that it might need a baking, but I don't bake graphics cards because that's too Linus tech tipsy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a heat gun and try to do it properly and put it back together with the heat gun. Just reflow the solder. Though I kind of suspect that it might not be repairable at all, because it might not be the solder that cracked. It might just be the FCBGA, and the FCBGA is, so BGA is solder balls connecting the GPU substrate, so that would be the green crap around the silicon die. You know, silicon is the shiny thing, then the green, you get the green PCB kind of stuff around the silicon, that's the substrate, so that gets connected to the PCB through solder balls, and those can crack, but it's really, really rare that they crack. I suspect I might have cracked them, because with LN2 it's much more likely, but it's also just as likely that I cracked the FCBGA. And the FCBGA is the connection between the silicon and the substrate, and if that cracks, you're fucked. You can't repair it. It's not repairable. So I plan to try revive the card. Worst case scenario, I'm just going to keep running it with a bunch of artifacts, because right now it's not dead. It's just it's not dead. It's just artifacting really badly. Oh, and xenon difluoride. Yep, the Lewis Rossman's video is actually what made me figure out what FCBGA and BGA is. So I'm fully aware of him saying that you shouldn't bake cards back to life, which is why I'm not going to bake it back to life, and I'm not going to even like heat gun it initially with that high heat. I'm going to heat gun it with low heat, see if that fixes it. If low heat fixes it, then it means I can't fix it, because that basically means the FCBGA is fucked. And if the low heat doesn't fix it, that's a good thing, because that probably means the BGA is the stuff that broke, and I can go and try reflow it. And hopefully that'll fix the card. And if that does fix the card, then I'm lucky that I busted the actual solder and didn't bust the connections between the silicon and the substrate. So yeah, that about covers it. Yeah, that about covers it for today's stream, I think. We'll pack it up here. See y'all next Saturday, or hopefully before that. I have been working on some videos. I've not been very successful with getting them actually done, as you can probably tell, because they're not up on the YouTube channel. So just by the way, so somebody is asking about a dead 270X. If I had a dead 270X, I would try saw off the VRMs. But that's just me. I don't really think that's a great idea. So that's that. Thank you for... Six-pin vs 8-pin. Yes, I know that videos. I'm so bad at doing things, you know. 6-pin vs 8-pin will be very, very soon. Will you still kill the 710? For all you bloodthirsty savages that wanted to kill the 710, I will kill it in the future, not today. It'll get to live another day. I don't really watch enough movies. I bet there's some kind of another day reference somewhere out there, but I don't watch enough, you know. So I don't know of one. It's really unfortunate. I need to watch more movies so I can spam more crappy references in these live streams. Will you ever do a pizza and Q&A? Maybe, if, you know, I ever feel comfortable with doing that kind of thing. Not really. Let's wrap it up here. You know what? We're going to do that. I need to figure out how to do the Q&A thing. Q&A thing for YouTube. Because I really want to do Q&A videos for the YouTube channel. I think it would be a great idea. The thing is, I can't figure out where to... I guess, okay, here's what's going to happen. I am going to put out a video on YouTube very, very soon, which will be like the first Q&A kind of thing, where I'll answer some random questions, and then I'll choose questions at random from the comment section and use that for the next Q&A video every week. Does that sound good to everybody? I think that sounds great to everyone, and if they don't disagree with me, I'm sorry. This is not a democracy, it's a dictatorship. I just consult you for your opinions occasionally. And on that note, goodbye, for real this time.